All righty. Well, everybody, welcome. Notary Master Speakers Bureau on the meeting on December 18th, 2025, our last meeting of our year. Before we get too far, I want to remind everybody if we were to stay on schedule in January, our next meeting would be the morning of New Year's Day. So we will not be having a meeting on New Year's Day. We will instead meet. Our first meeting of the year will be on January 15th, in which we will have our charter ceremony and we will introduce all of our members. I encourage anybody here to join that's not already a member. You can go to notarymasters.org and get our joining link. The cost is 30 bucks for the year. So I'm hoping we can get some people here. I see Kirsten is here. Kirsten, I want to welcome you. Where are you calling? Where are you here from?
I'm in Arizona.
You're in Arizona. Well, welcome. Uh,
Hello.
And Beth, I know Beth pretty well. I think I've been a speaker in her group, and she's now here on ours. Hey Beth, how you been?
Hi, Daniel. Here to support somebody who's going to give her first speech today.
Isn't this awesome? We're going to have her first
Yeah.
speech, and we're going to have so we've got some old friends here to support to support our people, and so all of our announcements I think are out of the way. So with that, we're going to go with our first speaker of the day. Um, Patricia is finishing the speech part of her Crater Lake badge. Today will be her fourth speech in our new club. And so I want to congratulate Patricia. And she sent me I didn't get an intro, but I did get a title. So here from the sunny and I hope not too rainy state of California with her speech entitled Gratitude is Patricia Langford.
I'll see if I can
Patricia
take it over
Langford.
to
Daniel. Today, I want to talk about gratitude, the simple yet powerful practice of of appreciating what we have. In a world filled with challenges, gratitude shifts our focus to the good, bringing joy, peace, and stronger connections. To explore this, let's use gratitude as a acoustic with a positive affirmation for each letter. G, grateful for the gift of life and every new day. The affirmation, I am grateful for my health and the breath, every breath that I take. The R, relinquishing relationships that support and uplift me. The affirmation, I am thankful for loving family and friends who stand by me. The A, appreciating the abundance in small, everyday moments. The affirmation, I attract abundance and notice blessings all around. The T, thankful for trials that teach resilience and growth. The affirmation, challenges make me stronger and I grow from them. The I, inspired by strength and personal achievements. I am proud of my progress and capable of more. The T, treasuring time spent with those who matter most. The affirmation, I cherish meaningful connections and create memories. The U, understanding the universe provides what I need. The affirmation, I trust life's flow and receive it with open arms. The D, delighting in dreams that drive me forward. The affirmation, my goals are within reach and I pursue them joyfully. The E, embracing each experience with an open heart. The affirmation, I live fully in the present and enjoy every every moment. These affirmations remind us gratitude is a mindset we choose daily. Research shows it reduces stress, improves happiness, and enhances well being. Let's start small. Note three things that you're grateful for each day. Say thank you more often. Work positively to grow in positive areas. And I'd like to thank you for listening. So let's embrace gratitude together.
Let's take a few minutes to take a quick minute here. I'm going to reset the clock. Take a quick minute to send her some feedback on her speech, and I will evaluate her here in a minute. Remember, in our new club now, we do the evaluations right after the speeches so that our thoughts are fresh. And it also it also makes Melissa sit back another minute and get more nervous. So
She's not nervous. She's ready.
she's ready to go. Okay, well, Patricia, I'm going to give you some pretty good feedback here, I hope. First
Okay.
of all, every time you speak, I mean, it took you a while to come out of your shell, but now every time you speak, it's better than the last time. I said that last time we spoke, we had a speech, and I will say it again this time. So I want you to just keep coming up and stepping up. It makes me smile to see you sign up for a speech every month, and and you've been doing that every single month. You've been doing it. One of our meetings, you're speaking in one or the other of them. So keep doing that because I still want to hear everything you have to say. I loved your message. I thought that your message came from the heart. I feel like whenever anybody gives me anything, even if I dislike it from the heart, I get to learn more about them. I've already known a lot of this about you, and your speeches lately have all taken a similar tone, which I appreciate because I like that. We've had one issue we've talked about, you and me, in our little mentorship talks about your speeches, and that is I want to see you expand on stuff. This speech is supposed to be 5 to 7 minutes. We got 3.5 minutes. So we still have 2 more minutes to go. So what I would have done, I think, or a suggestion for me is if you say, G's for grateful, you're grateful for this, here's your affirmation. For example, and give us maybe somebody who's recently done something that you are grateful for, an example for each of those numbers. For one thing, it enhances your points. And the other thing is it gets you back up into the target range. So sometimes it's hard to speak for 2 to 3 minutes, for 5 to 7 minutes. For a guy like me, you guys have heard me speak a lot. 5 minutes for me goes like a snap. But for others, it's tough to get there. But you have so much to say, and each of these points, I can tell you did it from the heart. My big takeaway is how far you've come. And I want you to just keep doing this. You said you last month you did your
Elevator pitch.
elevator pitch. I wish I could have been there because
I,
I'm sure you killed it. And I feel like you did a really good thing here. So keep doing this, and we'll talk soon, and we'll get you on a schedule in January sometime. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to interrupt just for a second because I just saw a friend of mine pop in, Linda from South Carolina. Welcome to Notary Masters.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Pleasure
Linda.
to be here.
Yep,
Linda's become a friend of mine too. She called me just the other day. So
Yeah, she did. She helped me with an apostille a couple of months ago.
Well, that's great. It's good to see everybody here. And with
And
that,
Beth from Notary Stars and Kirsten from Notary Stars also. Welcome to
so
you guys.
we've got lots of welcomes here, and I'm going to remind our guests if you want to put your email addresses in the chat, then we can get those, and I can send you out a formal invitation just so that we can let you know what we're doing here. So, anyways, with that, we're not going too far away here. We're going to move from the San Fernando or the San Bernardino Valley. Is it San Fernando or San Bernardino? I don't know LA at all. Where are you,
San
Patricia?
Bernardino. San Bernardino.
San Bernardino Valley. We're moving up to Oxnard, where I'm going to be hearing from my good friend who I've known since the beginning. She's a charter member of our club 4 years ago, and with a speech entitled My Notary Journey, here is Melissa Dominguez.
Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to be here this morning and to share a little bit about myself and my notary journey. My biggest joy and blessing is spending time with my family. I have been blessed with a blended family. I have 6 children, 2 of whom have gone to be with the Lord. May they rest in peace. I have 16 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, and the 6th one is on his way. I love exploring new local spots, taking quick weekend getaways, and enjoying great food, and I have a passion for serving others. I first became a commissioned notary public in the early to mid 2000s when I was a mortgage loan processor. I renewed my commission again in January of 2021. As a notary, I perform a wide variety of notarial acts, which include real estate mortgage and other loans, deeds, trust, wills, powers of attorneys, apostilles, business agreements, courier services, and I go to hospitals and detention facilities. My goal is always to communicate well to create a smooth, supportive, and stress-free experience. Because peace of mind matters, I focus on providing dependable, accurate, prompt, and professional notary services tailored to each individual client's needs. I believe notary services should be accessible, convenient, and delivered with care and respect. My work goes beyond simply verifying signatures. I take pride in being a reliable resource to individuals and families. Notary education is my priority. It's important to offer trusted and accurate support that brings peace of mind during important legal and financial transactions. Although I received my new commission in January of 2021, I began training in 2020, pretty much in this order. The loan signing system with Mark Wills, notary coach with Bill Soroka, and all the amazing mentors and trainers that he introduced me to. Notary Academy with Kim Seneth, Laura Tasadri, and now Audra Murray Sue with the Visible Notary Series. Notary to Notary with Vanessa Terry, and Notary Stars with Beth Hathoot, Kristen Bly, and Manuel Puga. Notary Masters Club with Daniel Brewer and fellow members. And last but definitely not least, the very important California League of Independent Notaries with Matt Miller. A big bonus that I'm so grateful and honored for is having the privilege of learning from so many amazing trainers and mentors that I truly love and respect. The first one being Carol Ray, may she rest in peace. I had the honor of sharing a few Zoom mentorship meetings with her, and I will always remember, and I heard this verse from her, let the documents speak to you. And I hear that in my head on a daily basis. Then there's Laura Beaver with Coach Me Laura and Laura's Inner Circle, which is on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I have FOMO, fear of missing out on this class. I learned so much weekly listening to other notaries' questions and their experiences. And Laura and Matt break down the processes step by step on how they analyze different situations. Then there's Jen Neitzel with the 5-point marketing system and the CNTDA along with Laura, the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent Training. And there's Jim Allen, the Google Business Page Mastery audit calls on Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And one of my favorites, Nina Penny, she's a loan officer specializing in reverse mortgages with the Certified Reverse Mortgage Notary Professional Certification and Training on Thursdays at 12 p.m. And then the Queen of Apostilles, Judy Lawrence, love her. And then there's Ronnie Mickle with Unlimited Inc., the MGM Monday Mentorship and Marketing. I am still working on my website, by the way. And then there's Gabriel Sturgis with Idiomatic. It's a user-friendly website for certified document translations in over 150 language combinations. My notary journey is and has been so amazing. I love all the wonderful people that I get to meet. I love all of my trainers, mentors, and my notary family. The camaraderie among friends and colleagues is such a huge blessing. I am so grateful to have found my circle, and I'm looking forward to many more years of collaborating and serving alongside all of you. Thank you for your time. God bless you, and God bless you on all your notary journeys. Thank you. Oh my God.
Excellent, Melissa.
Absolutely. So while Vern's putting his thoughts together, um, I just wanted to say it's really great to hear from you. And I learned a lot about you just now. And so I thought I knew stuff about you, and now I know more. And I'm really, really glad you stepped up this week. It's kind of going to put a smile on my face for the holidays. So having you and Patricia speak today has turned out to be a pretty good day for at least for me. So I feel like it was really great, and I hope you're going to get over those first jitters now and speak a little bit more because it wasn't that bad. I have one little tiny piece of feedback, and it's awesome feedback because it turns out you listen to other people's feedback. Clearly, you're reading the speech, and that's fine. But Did you guys notice that her eyes never diverted from us? She put her notes right next to the camera, so we were able to see her as she spoke. She was speaking right to us. And I've been advising people who like have two screens or something that they shy away from the Zoom screen. You didn't. You were right there. I thought you were speaking to us, and that's my little tiny mini piece of positive feedback that I wanted to be sure that you heard from me. And I will, if anybody else has anything, and then we'll let Vern do the formal evaluation. Does anybody
Yes,
have?
let's say you did an amazing job.
It's awesome. And Beth and Kirsten, you guys came just for her. Do you guys want us to offer a quick piece of feedback for her before I'm sure you will talk to her offline, but I'll give you this. I'll give you this if you want it.
Yeah, I just have to say both speeches were awesome. I'm got a little bit of laryngitis. Daniel's song kind of sounded kind of squeaky, but what I noted on both, even though it felt like Melissa was reading, there was no ums or pauses or those kind of throat sounds that people make when they're trying to talk to somebody over several minutes. And I think that was awesome in both parts. Those things are important, and you guys did great.
Great. It's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks to Patricia for encouraging me and helping me and getting it ready.
Always.
Okay, so Vern,
Hang on, I see Kristen came off of mute. Go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, I just wanted to say both of the speeches were wonderful. I had no idea that this is what you guys did. It's really interesting to see and learned about both of you, Patricia and Melissa, your personalities. You could see it in your speeches and learned a lot about you. So great job.
Thank you.
it's scary, particularly when you're introverted and this really helps us because we are going into strange houses and we're having to present stuff that some of it we've never seen before. And so it really does help us build the confidence, and that's the entire point behind the club. So I'm really happy that both of them spoke up today. And Melissa, I'm so proud of you. Um, and hopefully we can hear more from both of you. And thank you very much, Beth. I'm going to turn it over to Vern for a formal evaluation.
All right, thank you, Dan. Melissa, as Dan has said, and I've known you for a couple of years now since I started with you guys back in 2022, you have definitely come out of your shell. Kudos. It took a while, but you've got your confidence, and that plays as you go with your continued education in the notary realm. Noticing all of the schools that you've attended, all the classes you've taken, all of those teach you how to be the notary, but this is how you get your confidence. And it took you a little while, but you did it perfectly today. As Beth said, I didn't hear any ums, ahs, double clutches. You took your time, you paced your speech. You were at 5 minutes and 6 seconds, right in the realm between 4 and 6, perfectly. You did it great. You itemized each of your instructors and told us why they meant something to you and helped to build your confidence in speaking. Patricia, great job coaching her. You should be her mentor. now that you're both going at it. So all I really have to say is keep going. You avoided the rocks this time, but if you get stumbled on a rock, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Fantastic job. Back to you, Dan.
Thank you, Vern.
Oh, thanks, Vern. I appreciate all that. So we do have a little bit of,
And
huh?
welcome to Sandra. We have another guest
We have
who
Sandra
showed up.
here, and Tabitha is with us. We have Linda is here. I think what I want to do is we've got a little bit of time today. I want to initially this was supposed to be an open house. We had a couple of guest speakers. Neither one of them could actually make it. They had to cancel last minute. So we're kind of winging an open house, which I don't like to do. But needless to say, we are here today. I had a couple of things. What I wanted to touch on in this open house was uh, was notary trends, things that we're seeing in our industry that are kind of going on. We have a new year here. I don't know how many states are represented here that whenever they introduce laws, they introduce them at the beginning of the year. My state does not. We introduce our new laws in Oregon on the 1st of July for some reason. But one of the laws, for example, that we had introduced last July is something that other states have had, and I understand 48 states now do, which is electronic journals. So I got bold when I ran out of my last journal. Rather than buying another journal, I decided to use the eJurat uh, Inc. Notary online journal. So I'm going to tell you how it went for me, and I want to know if anybody else has any desire or has any experience with it. I went back and forth on it, and during one of our Dear Notary Masters questions, I think a few months back, I asked you guys about it. I decided Laura convinced me to take the plunge and to not use my tablet but use my phone. And so I did it. I have held firm to it. They made a major change for me a few minutes after, or a few weeks after I started it. So it kind of I got a groove, and then I had to change how the groove went. It's been a little rocky, but I'm finally getting used to it enough to say I like it. I feel like I, all I really need if I need to go to an appointment now is my phone and a stamp and some pens. I do take my big bag because I'm afraid, what if they need this, and what if I need a certificate stamp, or if I need my clipboard. I use my clipboard on almost every signing. So uh, I'm still trying to figure out how to pare down I got my bag, and Vern, last time I checked in with him, my bag was at 17 pounds. I'm down to 13 pounds now. Hopefully I can get that down a few more pounds. This is going to help, I think. And I also feel like I can work in two states with it too. I've just got to change one little setting each time. So anybody else have either questions or experiences working with an e-journal? And I put together 3 or 4 topics for this meeting so we can have discussions on e-journals. Is it something we want to talk about?
Yeah. Daniel, it's Patricia. Um, the thought of changing over to an e-journal has crossed my mind. I was hell bent on not doing it. However, times are changing, and it's not that I want to be in the trend, but it will help me when it's time to do some of the online things like the runs and different things like that. And then again, lighten my bag. So I'm really thinking about it. So that's on my list for 2026.
It looks like he had to call, but I would love to have a training because I bought all of it and I was all excited to start at the beginning of last year. And it seemed not very user friendly or intuitive. And I thought, no way, I am not doing it. But I still would like to, and I don't know if I could launch it in January, but it would be great if Daniel, if you could do like a little training. Now I'm in California, which Patricia is, so we have to do a thumbprint as
Yeah.
well. And I
Yeah.
ordered that and it took forever. I finally got it, but we have an actual, there's a separate thumbprint contraption that we have to use.
Okay, and I think I'm probably ahead of the curve on that one because thankfully I can skip that screen. And neither of my states require a thumbprint unless they do. Typically, if they do, that means it's a California document. But we're not requiring a gadget. We can actually do it on the screen, but we can't do that regularly. It's something we turn on. So, uh, I can't help you with that part of it, but I would be happy to tell you, at the very least, at some point, I can tell you what I learned. What I,
Or we could ask, what's his name, Nick
yeah,
of Jurat Inc., and have him do
yeah,
maybe a nuts and bolts training.
Yes,
I'm
I have
sure
it.
he would.
I would love it. I'll reach out to him because I think that's pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. I mean, one cool thing, I know you can't do this because of privacy, but I would love to be able to link from my journal to Notary Assist, and just have everything just flow. I know you can't do that,
Why not?
you wouldn't want.
What part can you not do?
Well, I mean, right now I'm copying and pasting everything. I don't think that the databases can. I mean, everything in our Notary Journal is. I mean, ours is
Well, in all truth, not really, because we turn around and input all of that into Notary Assist. So I think Sue Hope, that's something to talk with her and Nick about how could
yeah,
you
yeah,
dump. I mean, you're inputting the exact same thing in Notary Assist. It's
yeah.
all the same.
It would
So
be.
it's about Sue working with Nick and them programming that.
Yeah, probably might be worth a conversation. But I'm
Mhm.
absolutely open to talking to Nick and have him come and do a demo because I think it'd be great.
Like an actual user. Because what freaked me out was when you're getting into these different documents, and you'd be able to speak to this, you're quickly inputting those documents in when they're sitting there, when you're at the clients. Does it get awkward and cumbersome?
A little it does. On the loan, I can pre-populate in my state. I can pre-populate the document. I can't pre-populate the customer's information. So
Right.
I can set up a draft and put the documents in advance and then come back. And you can also set up a package. For example, if I'm doing, let's say, a 4 document hospital package, the whole thing, I call it. The Grand Slam is my name for it.
Mm.
And then I can have those just ready to go. I can set them up as a series, and I can just say, Tabitha, uh, and we're doing the Grand Slam, and it'll just populate those 4 documents. Uh,
Right, like the healthcare, advanced healthcare directive,
right.
your
Power of attorney,
POAs,
the medical POA, and
and
the last,
HIPAA.
Yeah, the
yep,
durable POA.
yep,
Right.
the two POAs, the HIPAA and the advanced directive.
But
And
that was what kind of freaked me out because, I mean, I'm sure like all of us, we've been notaries long enough that I don't at this point rarely ever go through a package before I show up anymore. So I was like, to be sitting here and trying to
yeah,
figure this out with my phone, I just thought, no way.
the first few, well, I do it all. I do everything. I'm only on my phone in front of the customer. I do everything else on my desktop. And I set the package up. If I have one where I have to set up in advance, I set that up on the desktop because
Right.
I don't want surprises. I'm okay putting them all in there, but the problem I'm going to have is when they come up on something that I don't have in there. And it's a brand new document for the first time, then I got to set that up. And I don't
Yeah.
want my customer just waiting for me. So
Right.
I want to have that done. So yeah, it's got its
And
little
even so maybe Laura Buer, get her to come on and show us how, do a mock, how she goes through it.
great ideas. And I tried to call Laura today. She's teaching today, so I couldn't get her here last minute. But great. Let's do one more topic. Um, well, I got two of them here. Weddings and other ancillary services. Is that something we want to talk about real briefly in terms of trends? I am finding that, I mean, I've got Vern and does anybody besides Vern and Valerie do weddings here?
I
I
do
did.
as well in South Carolina.
You do?
Yeah, South Carolina notaries can
I
do
do.
weddings.
So Linda does them? Okay. Is this I mean, I've got my ordination from Universal Life. Is this something that is easy to get into? I'm nervous. I don't want to mess up and somebody, I mean, I've done maybe half a dozen over the years, and they've all been for friends and family. I've never thought about putting it on a shingle and doing it for strangers. And it's kind of
One
scary
of
to
the
me. But
one of the places that I went and got my ordination was the American Marriage Ministries. They're recognized all 50 states. Instant ordination, but they also have a course that you can take to get yourself comfortable doing it. And they also have in their program all the different types of scripts that you might want for any type of wedding. Hand fastings, Buddhist, Hindu, uh, Catholic, Protestant, Christian, all the different types of weddings, and they have all the different scripts also. One that I did that I was very happy and satisfied with was a couple wanted their wedding done in August, right around the full moon. Now, in August, the moon is called the harvest moon, and they wanted their whole theme based around the harvest moon. Guess who made the song Harvest Moon? Neil Young and Crazy Horse. So that
okay,
was the theme song. And
okay.
that was also all of the words that they spoke during their ceremony. So
Okay.
it was all perfect. It was all perfect. And of course, we had 30, 40 people there. Now, you
Wow.
want to talk about being nervous? I
Mm,
was nervous at the start, but then it worked out beautifully.
okay.
But the AMM helps. You can find anything that you want to help guide you. And there's several other sites where you can get generic wedding scripts. I've got one that has a saying from Mark Twain. That's one of my
Wow.
favorites. Believe it or not, Mark Twain has a saying on weddings about making two halves a whole.
Okay.
Okay. And you got a man, woman, and they're joining together in matrimony, two halves making a whole, creating a whole new mystery of life and how they traveled to that mystery
Okay.
together.
All right.
So there's a reason to get excited about doing weddings.
Okay.
Of course, there's no limit on what you can charge.
Yeah. I feel like I mean I call myself a non-practicing Christian or even between that and an agnostic. I don't have like the background where Valerie probably had she probably went to a wedding a week when she was growing up. Her mom being a minister. So I mean, when I heard she was doing weddings, I'm like, well, that's natural for her. I mean, she's already she's already got her community built in, and every time she does one and she tells me about it, I'm like, man, Valerie is in her groove today. Because she's like, it's like fun. So I mean, I think I could probably I did one once at the Rose Garden, which is the Trailblazers home arena, and they were big Blazer fans, and they had the Blazer dancers there, and they arranged it with them, and I'm out there in my referee costume, being the guy, but it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek, fun kind of a thing, and
Right.
they had the reception in the press room, and we were getting kicked off because the Blazers were doing a shoot around, and a couple of them snuck in with a signed basketball and some tickets for him and stuck it on the gift table. But and I've done a couple at the actual Rose Garden up where the view is the famous. Anybody that's seen a picture of Portland from the view with Mount Hood in the background, that's where it was taken at the Rose Garden. And so it
I'd
was.
like to welcome two new guests that just showed
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Crystal Hawkins, welcome to the Notary Masters, and Boo Kavan, welcome.
Welcome everybody. So, Valerie, do you have anything to add here? Is this something that we should be pursuing? I mean, I feel scared. So,
I would say because there are so many options as notary publics, whether it's, apostille work or doing a wedding or fingerprinting or whatever, adding, I would say do whatever feels comfortable to you. Because if you are not comfortable, quote unquote, doing a wedding, it will show to the bride and groom and to those in the audience. And it's not necessarily, it comes because I didn't grow up with, my mother was not married when I was growing up.
oh, but
And
she was a minister, and she was probably marrying people.
right, well, my mother became a minister way after I was married.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. But my
I
mother,
The sins of the daughter.
yeah,
see.
but I think my love for marriage came from, that was my degree in college,
I
marriage and
see. Okay.
family. And so I've always loved the marriage because I didn't grow up around people
I
who
see.
were married.
I see.
But I love officiating weddings, and every wedding that I've done is different because the people that I'm marrying are different.
Yeah.
And they have different desires, and I've learned a lot about different cultures just by serving in this role. Whether I've done Catholic weddings where they've asked me about a lasso, which was new for me, that culture, right? Buddhism, where they stole the groom's shoe. I was like, what the heck is that about? But again, it was all about learning culture, and I had to wait 45 minutes for the groom to find his shoe. But it was wonderful to meet the families, talk to the families. I even did a Jehovah's Witness wedding, and the parents thought I was Jehovah's Witness.
Good.
And I was like, no, nope. I believe in God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, all of that. And so, but again, it was a learning experience for me. And so, no, there is no pressure, Daniel, for you to do. I think knowing that I can call on you for apostille work and I'm just writing down what y'all saying. So I'm like, because people call me for apostilles and I don't do that. I have no desire to do that. That's not something I'm interested in, but I love referring. So if you tell me you are an apostille, trust me, I will be calling.
Wow.
Yeah, Melissa, I just wrote down your number because I didn't have your number and I was looking for you last week. So definitely,
I do them
yes.
here in Columbia. I do them as well. But Daniel, one thing you were talking about with doing the weddings, I do them. I have a series of questions when I'm contacted for them, so I get a chance to get to know the couple's story, and then I also have a series of vows, and I have like a consultation with the couples and let them go through the vows and see which one resonates with them, and if it's none, then I choose one to still kind of talk to them and say, well, does this feel like what you need?
I do with couples, individual couples, because South Carolina, we don't need witnesses, or with their families. So it's the type of ceremony that they want. And another thing too, I found what I do also is I personalize the vows once they're chosen, and then I practice myself in the mirror. So that's one thing, once you've gotten that information out, practice the ceremony in the mirror. That kind of takes the edge off just a little bit.
Crystal?
Hi, Daniel. Thank you. Um, I also asked the couples that I marry, a lot of them have decided to write their own vows, but I also asked them, is it okay if they would repeat after me during the ceremony, if they would repeat, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it keeps no record of wrongs. So, like the young lady was just saying right before me, I just asked what their preferences are. But a lot of the couples that I get lately have just been like, we want to write our own vows. So,
Oh,
just
great.
that tidbit.
Yeah, you can also ask if they want to add like a sand ceremony or like just whatever they want to do. Sometimes
Mhm.
they want to join to do the sand, or sometimes they want to like do a special moment for loved ones that have passed. Just something different.
Or jump
But
over the
it's
broom.
whatever they choose.
Yeah, some of them want to jump over the broom.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Vern? We're gonna move. I think we're gonna move in. Vern, did you freeze up? You might have. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move into rapid fire. We've got some rapid fire questions here. I actually put it into Chat GPT today, and I got 25 of them. So, and they're all seasonal. Okay. So, would somebody like to take on a rapid fire question for 1 to 2 minutes? Hopefully. We have Valerie would like one. Well, I got 25 of them this time, Valerie. So which one would you like?
Let's go with number 7.
Number 7. What holiday tradition from your childhood still sticks with you? What what tradition from your childhood still sticks with you?
Thank you, Daniel, for the question. What childhood tradition? Well, as you alluded to earlier, I grew up in a Christian home. My mother was not the pastor when I grew up, but my mother was a Christian, and she displayed and showed my sister and I how to live a Christian life growing up. And one of the traditions that she showed us, talked to us about, and I do practice still to this day, is tithing. I give 10% of whatever I make. If that is a $15 notary, my church will see $1.50. And I remember doing a notary for my pastor here in California, and it was a $60 notary. And when I got in the car, I immediately did my tithing, because we do it online through Givelify. And I tithed $6, and he immediately texted me, because I guess he gets a notification. He says, "Oh my God, you actually tithe 10%. And I said, "I do." And it was something that my mother taught me. And it's something that I believe is a personal thing that I take. I've never had a discussion with my husband about whether or not he tithes, but I've taught my 2 children what I felt was the importance of tithing and giving back to God, because technically all 100% of it belongs to God, but he gives 90% of it to us to steward. And so for me, it's been an important tradition that I, to this day, love doing. And I ask God to keep me being a great steward over whatever I get so that he knows he can trust me to give back 10%. Back to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. And do we have another volunteer for a rapid fire question? Nobody, no. Oh, there's Vern. Okay, Vern, we've taken number 7 out of 25. Which one do you want?
Well, let's do 25.
25. Okay, this is your time to brag, Vern. Not that you have an ego or anything. What is some what is something you're proud of from this is perfect for New Year's. What is something you're proud of from this year that didn't get enough credit?
What am I proud of this year that didn't get enough credit? Ooh, well, I would say, I mean, there's so much, you get to be my age and it's like there's so many things that you do that doesn't seem to get enough credit. I think one of the biggest things this year was the fact that I overcame prostate cancer.
Hmm.
It was diagnosed at the beginning of the year, and by the end of July, early August, they declared that I was free of it, that I'd been cured,
Wow.
thanks to daily radiation treatments for 6 weeks. And everybody seemed to make a big deal out of it, but it was like, this is just another step in life. A few years ago, I had lung cancer. I got over that by surgery. And this time I got over prostate cancer by radiation treatment. And I'm still cranking along. I'm still kicking. Uh, I almost got burnt to death in 2018. I'm still here, still cranking. What I don't think I get enough credit for is how resilient I can be during when I have to be. And I think that's something we all can be proud of as we continue waking up on this side of the grass every day. Our resilience to be able to overcome life's obstacles. We never give ourselves enough credit, and people don't give us enough credit for it. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks. Well, we're a resilient bunch here. I mean, Tabitha lost a house in the fires. Vern lost everything but his house in the 3 storms that hit his property. And some of our other people, Dennis, our friend Dennis in Tampa, overcame a hurricane as well that hit his building and somehow came out of it on the other end. So we're a resilient bunch. I'm proud of what we overcame. When we had the fires here in Oregon, you guys called me to make sure I was clear, and all I was able to say is my car's packed. And when we get the word we're out of here, it didn't get to the city, thankfully, but it could have very easily. And Vern, I'll tell you one thing about Vern. 2 days after his surgery, we had a notary masters meeting, and he had his wife bring a tablet or a laptop, and he actually was on the meeting from his hospital bed. You guys remember? So we actually were he was actually saying, well, you know what? I may be going through it right now, but I'm not going to miss Notary Masters. So good enough. All right, we'll do one more, and then I'm going to do a few closing thoughts. We don't have to do a whole lot of evaluating. We've done our evaluations today. So we'll do one more quick rapid fire. Who would like it? Anybody? Melissa says me.
I'll take it, I guess.
Okay, Melissa.
Number 13.
Number 13. If you were hosting a holiday movie marathon, what's the first movie you play?
If I were hosting a holiday movie marathon, the first movie I would play is probably It's a Wonderful Life. And I don't know very many other movies. Maybe the kids' reindeers and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh, of course, the Nativity Story. That would be probably first, the Nativity Story. And It's a Wonderful Life. other
Miracle
little.
at 34th Street.
Oh, Miracle on 34th Street. Yeah, I remember those. It's just that I don't have time to sit down and do things like that at Christmas. So, yeah, I like to go to the movies and watch whatever Christmas movie is coming out on Christmas or the day of or the day before. Take the kids. Um, I don't know. I this probably wasn't the best question for me
Hmm. No,
for a marathon.
you gave a
So
great answer though, so I like that. You can never. And when I was in my teens, there was a remake of Wonderful Life with Marlo Thomas and Wayne Rogers from MASH, and I remembered that one, and I like that one. I would go where you went next with the Rudolph, the animated stuff that was around when I was a kid. They had Rudolph and the Grinch
With Burl Ives.
and Peanuts, and
Yeah.
they all seemed to play the same night, kind of in a row, and it was always a big deal for me to watch that stuff. So, and my dad liked the music, so that was always good for me. So, anyways, thank you very much, Melissa. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to spend the last couple minutes here doing some listener stuff, and so what I want to know, and some of these I didn't get the answers to, so hopefully we have Patricia. Is Patricia still on? She still is. Good. Um, did I write the question down? What word did Patricia spell when she was spelling out her gratitude?
gratitude.
What word would she spell? Patricia, what was the word you spelled? Was it
Isn't that
gratitude?
gratitude?
Two.
It was gratitude? Okay, good. I was trying to keep track and I missed some, so I thought it might have been a different story. How many kids does Melissa have and how many grandchildren?
I want to say she has 6 children.
Hmm.
2 have gone to be on with the Lord.
How many grandchildren? I wanted to
Was it
say,
16?
16
yeah, great.
5 great with one on
and
the way.
5 great. Yeah,
Hmm.
5 greats.
One on the way.
You got
Oh,
great.
Melissa, you're only 5, Melissa.
You're a great grandmother, Melissa.
Yes, 5 and one on the way.
I find that just really, really hard to believe. But
Well, our first 2 oldest sons, one had 5 kids and one had 4, so that was 9 off the bat. And then
okay.
kids are from them. Great grandkids.
What passion does she says that she has above all that she tries to do every day?
Serve.
Serving others, correct. Can somebody name some of the many clubs she belongs to and organizations and mentors that she has?
Laura
There were
Buer,
probably 8 of them.
Yep.
Notary
Matt
Star,
Miller.
Mark Wills.
Judy
who else?
Lawrence,
Uh-huh. Judy Lawrence. Us. We
Jen
got
Nyson,
Mention
Notary Stars.
Jen
Carol
Naito,
Ray.
Carol Ray.
and did she say Bill Soroka?
She did. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then last one, she talks about one meeting in particular, and she says FOMO.
Laura Beery,
Fear of missing out.
Saturday Call.
Saturday mornings, Laura Beaver's Saturday morning call, correct. Okay, awesome. Hey, everybody. This has been a phenomenally good meeting for one that kind of fell apart the last day. We always seem to come together because I think we enjoy hanging out each couple of weeks. I'm going to just tell you guys all to have a safe holiday. Crystal, I don't have your email address, but I would love to reach out to you. I think Linda, I do have yours somewhere. But I would love to reach out to you to keep you on our list so that we can find out about our other meetings. Our next meeting will not be until January 15th. I will be reaching out to those that are not members because I want to get as many members. We're going to introduce our whole club on the 15th, and I want to have as many paid members as we can. It's only $30 for the month for the entire year of 2026. And our current count is at 9, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing better than we were on Notary Masters, Toastmasters when we closed that club. So we're one member better than that already. So
Patricia
hopefully,
had her hand up.
yeah, Patricia.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I liked how you kept with the flow, even though our special guests weren't there. I learned something today, and that's what I'll do the next time when it's my turn to do that. Thank you.
Well, yeah, we're always, I mean, we're always improvising, but we do that every day on a signing, don't we? I mean, we get there and we
Tom is
find
not
out
here
what this
yet, and the
is,
hamburgers will be great.
and so I just feel like that's what we do, and we still got our club. We're still together 4 years later, so we're coming up on, believe it or not, we're coming up on 5 years from our first meeting. So I'm really proud of us and sticking together. Tabitha, I'm going to be in touch with you. I'm going to put together a charter sheet that we're going to post, and you and I both need to sign that. So I will get that ready. But for all intents and purposes, I am going to go ahead and